worked with
No
over the
kidding.
last several years. Yes,
Wow.
very much so. Like
I'm glad whatever I told you helped.
I was on a meeting with decent sized it's kind of a startup, a streaming provider for MMA, and they're like, we want this for all our promotions. I'm like, why don't you have this? You said you're from like a big multi-letter sports company. You know, I won't blow that up, but you know,
Right.
but yeah, no, it's really kind of shocking, that kind of thing. So, but anyways, and again, you always got we always have great conversations about what's going on in the world and everything too, and catching up and everything, and we'll get into it. First off, I do want to get into a little bit of the news, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on with you here, Rich. But of course, I think the biggest news over the weekend, there's a few things going on, and rumors and whatnots and tweets and all that. But I think one of the biggest things was TNA Wrestling had their Genesis pay-per-view this weekend. Just about a day or two before that, they had an announcement that WWE is partnering with TNA for a multi-year deal. And I guess akin to what they have been doing in this past year as an experiment, where we've seen Joe Hendry pop up and stars from either side, basically NXT popping up on other shows. And I think it's interesting, like they did put up TNA Genesis NXT was like a big graphic they put out, but they didn't announce anything. We had Cora Jade come out to get face to face with the Knockouts champion, I believe. We had Fraxium pop up and get involved in the Hardys and the Rascals tag team championship match. And leading into that, we are going to have the first live TNA Impact show in 8 years, I think they said, here on Thursday.
Wow.
So this is a pretty big flex here as these guys are going out, still doing pay-per-views and things like that. And they've been on the come up. They did the rebound a year ago. Personally, I kind of fell out. I think I looked at my history. I got Hard to Kill a year ago when they rebranded, and just through, you get busy, there's too much wrestling. I kind of took the rest of the year off from following TNA in general. Keep an eye out. I've always been interested, and of course, I think last time I got into him was when Kenny Omega ended up with the Impact Championship over COVID. I was like, okay, let's see what these guys are going to do with this. And I've been always impressed, and of course, ran into worked with them in Dallas for WrestleCon for the Multiverse show, and then again in the ECW Arena a little bit. It's I think it's cool to see them doing like 4,000 people in an arena that AEW actually. Missy works with Missy.
Where were they sat? Because I saw the same picture.